Hi, I'm Jesse David Eisenberg with the JDE Law Firm. I'm a business litigation attorney, which means that my business is to protect your business. Now, before I begin on today's topic, which is the types of declaratory judgment, I just want to say that if you have any questions about what you're going to hear today, you want to talk about your business, or you think you might have a potential case, all you have to do is go to meetjde.nyc. That's meetjde.nyc, and you can book that 10-minute phone or 30-minute in-person. Now, I was going through my videos, looking at my analytics, and I noticed that the most popular video I have is about what is a declaratory judgment. So I thought today would be a good day to talk about the types of declaratory judgment, just to kind of give you some more examples about how that would work. Now, in my last video, the type I really used as an example was when your insurance denies a claim and they were supposed to cover you. What you do then is you bring a declaratory judgment action and you try to enforce the rights of whatever deal you had with your insurer and have the courts declare that they should cover you. Now, I recently did this in a case. A business was sued on a person, somebody fell, and the insurance was refusing to insure them for that. So I brought a lawsuit for declaratory judgment, and all of a sudden, the insurance company decided to start insuring to get rid of the lawsuit. So that's a very common way, and the one I probably come across the most often. But there are other types of declaratory judgments, actions that you can bring in court. Now, another popular one is to have the court declare who owns a piece of property. Now, it's usually pretty obvious who owns the whole house, but sometimes, there's a fence line. And a neighbor thinks on their survey they own 3 feet, they own this 3-foot tract, a 3-foot tract of land, and the neighbor thinks that they own the 3-foot tract of land, right? So then, you can bring a declaratory judgment action to say who owns that particular tract of land. And you can besides ownership of property, you can also have a declaratory judgment action to have what's called an easement enforced. Now, an easement allows someone to go on someone else's property. Just about everybody has some type of easement. Usually it's, if you have some kind of utilities running along your property. Personally, I have a sewer that goes through my backyard, so there's a utility easement on that. But easements would be another reason on property that you have to do a declaratory judgment. Another one is to enforce a contract, okay? So if a contract says, random example, that someone has to provide security from the hours of 8 to 5, okay? And then you have a contract for it, and they only want to be there from 8 to 3, okay? You don't want to sue them for money amounts for whatever reason, but you want to say, listen, you have to be there from 8 to 5, that's our contract. You can go to court and have a court say, yeah, you guys made a contract, you need to provide security from the hours of 8 to 5, okay? So you can enforce rights within a contract, okay? That's a declaratory judgment action. Now, if you just want to get paid because someone violated a contract, that wouldn't be. But if you want someone to just operate in accordance with a contract, okay? I was in another case. I was kind of on the other side of it, but there was a part of an action to enforce an arbitration agreement. Okay, that would be a declaratory judgment, to have the court say, you need to follow the arbitration agreement. Or not enforce it, depending on how it comes out. So enforcing contracts, that's another type. The last type I want to mention is is to stop an action of another. All too often, especially in Staten Island, you have the city of New York trying to charge for the removal of trees on streets that the city actually does not own. So there's quite a few actions, declaratory judgment actions, to declare that the city does not have ownership over this part of the street, over this tree, something along those lines. And what you want there is the court to declare that the city does not have ownership over whatever it is, the street, the trees. So that's another way you bring a declaratory judgment action. So I'm just going to sum it up. The 4 types I'm talking about today. is when you want an insurance company to defend based on an insurance agreement, or, and again in reverse, the insurance company can do the opposite. They can say that they don't have to defend. But so you have declaratory judgments to defend, have insurance defend an action, to say who owns property, to enforce a contract, or to stop an action of another. Okay, so those are four different ways that four different types of declaratory judgments, actions that you can bring. So if you have any questions about what you heard today, you want to talk about your business, or you think you might have a potential case, all you have to do is go to meetjde.nyc to book a 10-minute phone or 30-minute in-person consultation. Once again, I'm Jesse David Eisenberg with the JDE Law Firm. My business is to protect your business. Thanks for watching and listening.